watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi, I'm Danny.
Tony, welcome to Gov.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on? What? Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead Radio Show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey Tony, you're not funny and you probably shit yourself a lot and you're no fun to be with and you don't make that much money and you're not going anywhere in show business and I hope you get hit by a bus.
All your friends, the party never ends. Not
call you back.
Thank you. Sorry about that. It's working now. I don't know why that's happening every morning. That happened yesterday too.
Oh, okay.
Started the show. Oh yeah, they're all commenting. No sound, no
they
sound, no
missed
sound.
it.
Yeah, but it's all right. It's all here now. All right. So just like yesterday, only did like a minute of the show, so you didn't miss anything. We'll start again. Hi, Diane.
Hi, Tony.
How was your weekend?
It was great. How was yours?
Oh, it was great. What'd you do?
Well, it was beautiful weather. We had Father's Day.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I bet you cook on the grill.
I did.
Yeah.
I made some lobster tails and some filet mignon.
Filet mignon.
Corn on the cob.
Corn on
Yeah.
the cob.
It was good.
I love.
Played bocce ball. I won. I'm the champion.
You're the champion?
I am.
That's amazing. And how many people?
Champion of the backyard.
Hey, that counts for something.
Yeah.
All right, just making sure it's working. So that counts for something. So how many people did you beat?
Only 2.
Oh, that's all right. That still counts.
They kept coming back for rematches. So the first
okay.
they played, I played the winner. I beat him. I took the other one, beat him
Yep.
again, beat the winner again.
Nice.
Yeah.
And who did you beat? Who exactly are we talking about?
Anthony, that's my boyfriend.
Okay.
And his father, who is 83 years old, and he's a ringer. He plays
wow.
bocce. I introduced him to cornhole, actually. So
Cornhole.
they go up to Villa Roma every year. He's
Oh,
now
nice.
the cornhole champion of Villa Roma.
Really?
Yes.
And you're responsible for
I
that.
am.
Well, and so we were saying when there was no sound that we're both very good at cornhole. I've just started getting into it maybe within the past 5
fun,
years.
right?
It is a lot of fun.
So my family likes to play. We get together. We're not looking at our phones. We like
Yep.
to play family games. We do the cornhole, and mostly cornhole now. We always play poker. I mean, that's a
right.
big thing. Mother's Day, AC-Doocy. We did a big AC-Doocy game with 15 people around the table. I walked away with $150.
I don't know what that is.
It's such a simple game. Everybody puts $1 in the pot. Somebody's the dealer. They deal 2 cards, and you bet any amount up to the pot whether the next card is going to be in between those 2 cards.
Oh.
So if you have an ace and a king, you bet a lot. You want to bet the pot because you got good odds. If you
Right.
have closer cards, and when the cards are mean, the pot can get big, and people are only putting $1 in. But
Right.
if the pot gets cleaned out, everybody puts another $1 in.
Right.
You lose the bet. You put in whatever you bet. It's just fun. My mom likes to gamble. So we play poker, we play AC-Doocy. I mean, we'll play left, right, center, but not so much anymore. And then we love cornhole and ladder ball and.
See, I don't know what that is either. What's ladder ball?
Oh, you can get it in any store. It's
Yeah.
2 little gates are set up, one on either side of the yard with 3 long rungs, and you have these there are 2 balls on the end of a string, and you fling it. And depending on where they land on the ladder, you get points.
Oh.
So
Oh,
you
that's
play
interesting.
teams.
Yeah, that's
teams just like cornhole.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've really gotten into cornhole, and I'm good at it too. Which, like, I didn't practice, but yeah, it just kind of worked out.
And
the way
it's
it's weird.
fun. Yeah. No, it's good.
You know
I
what?
like it.
You know what game I like, and I used to be addicted to
And
it.
I'm probably the worst in my family, but when I play other people, I'm pretty good.
Oh, okay.
But
So
my
you're
family,
competitive.
my family is really competitive.
Oh,
And
yeah?
So I'm probably the least talented of all of them.
I doubt that. When you do your Friday night poker, do you guys get serious? Do you fight?
No, we don't fight, but we joke that my mother eats her young because there's no we don't play. We're not sympathetic to each other.
Right, the way it should be.
If I think I'm going to take you, it's all in, and
Nice.
know.
Do you ever catch anybody cheating?
No.
All right, that's good. The game that I really like, I haven't played it in years. Do you ever play Liar's Poker?
Mm-mm.
Liar's Poker, you can take any dollar amount. You can take out a 1, take out a 5, a 10, whatever. But it has to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's got the serial numbers. You have to then call out a number, say, like, there's 5 threes. So between mine and yours, there has to be at least 5 threes.
Okay.
And you can call me on it, or you just keep going.
Okay.
And you just keep going like that until you call somebody
games.
out.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
good.
the winner gets all that money.
Cool.
I used to sit there for hours playing with my buddies. 5
Right.
twos, and you of course increase to 6 twos, 6 2,
right.
But which doesn't sound crazy, but sometimes you get really silly and say 10 fives. So between the two of us, we have to have 10 fives, which which is a lot. But yeah, Liar's Poker. I used to love that game. And you played. So that was. Oh, that was Father's
so Friday
Day.
night
Okay.
we played, and Friday night
Right,
we
Friday
played
was poker, right.
Friday was poker, and yeah, I lost my shirt Friday night. That didn't do well Friday night.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
But you sent me there.
Didn't do well.
You
I did.
sent me there.
I did. So, and we even play poker. We even make bowling into poker. So we bring a deck of cards, and if you get a strike, you get to pull 2 cards from the deck. And if you get a spare, you get to pull 1 card from the deck, and everybody puts whatever $5 in the pot.
Right.
And then however many cards you get, based on how well you bowled, you get to make your best 5-card hand, and whoever has the best 5-card hand wins the pot.
Who came up with that?
I don't know. We've been doing it for a long, long time.
You guys are fun.
We'll put poker in anything.
I like your family.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I don't want to make it sound like I'm demeaning your skills.
Okay.
But is it your boyfriend, Anthony? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Is it possible he's just losing on purpose so he gets the loving?
No. He can't play. He's all right.
All right, so you're not with him for his gaming skills.
And what's interesting about that is that his dad, again, 83, very competitive with all the games, but his family doesn't play the games,
right, right.
And my family does. So he, the first time we had him over, the dad, he was all about it. He
really
wait, and he'll stay and he'll play the whole time. So I'm surprised that Anthony doesn't have more of that, because he definitely was born into it, but just never really showed an interest.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So typically he's not even my cornhole partner. It's usually his dad, if his dad is there,
right.
or it would be my mom, or my another relative, my sister. Yeah.
There's got to be like one game he's good at. No? Baseball.
Anthony?
Yeah.
No, he likes to boat. He's a boater.
Oh, okay.
Jet
yeah,
skier,
those
that
guys
kind
are
of
just
stuff.
laid back. Yeah.
He's not really playing.
Those
and
guys.
The poker thing, he'll show up once a month, just because it's a family thing, but it's not really his.
Is he one of those guys that can be on the boat 24/7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he could do it every single day, he would want to live, with his backyard facing the canal and his boat right there, and he'd get on it every day. Absolutely.
I haven't been able to figure those guys out. Like, they go out on the boat and they sit on the boat all day long and they're just looking out.
Right. And
like,
I'm okay
you don't know
with
what
it
the hell they're
if there's
thinking
a
half the time.
destination, right?
Sure.
Get me on the boat and let's go someplace and have lunch. Let's dock somewhere, or go to a beach or whatever. But just to ride around on the boat for the sake of riding around on the boat, really, it's okay.
Yeah, I could do that for a couple hours maybe.
But no, I think if he had the opportunity to do it every single day, he would do it every single day.
And that's what I mean. I don't know what these and they won't even. A lot of those guys don't even talk. They just sit there on the boat looking around. And I'm thinking to myself, what are they thinking about? What are they doing?
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking them. I just don't get it.
No, yeah, he likes to just kind of play the music. He just loves the bay. He loves the smell of the ocean.
It is beautiful, and I love it myself. But
all of it.
I want to get
just
moving
everything
too.
about it.
Yeah. I like Long Island because of all the fun things to do.
We do. We take them for granted, and
yes.
most people don't even take advantage of the things we have.
Absolutely
here,
right. And then they
true.
move other places because it's cheaper.
And then your proximity to the city, and I go there, once a year if I'm lucky at the holidays, and then I always think to myself, why don't I do this more often? It's literally a hop on the railroad and
half
you're
hour.
there. Boom.
Right. Yep.
So it just we take it for granted, but I love it.
Yep, I'm with you 100% on that. And there's a lot of people now. Oh, the city is dangerous, and there's too many homeless. Yeah, I don't know. I just
no more dangerous than any place else.
That's how I see it. And not that I've been in the city all that much, but I honestly haven't seen all these people in the streets that they're all talking about. I have smelled the weed. That I have noticed.
Right.
But
that's probably making things a little less dangerous. People more chill. Come on.
Hopefully.
Seriously, I'm not. Yeah, that never concerned me. Alcohol always concerned me more than weed does.
Yes,
so,
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's fine. I don't see it at all.
Cool game ideas says old Skeet.
Hey, old Skeet.
Hey, old. Who is that?
I have no idea. Great name though.
And I have a feeling I do know who you are, and I have a feeling I've told you in the past that I forgot who you are. But is it Dennis? I forget. But yeah, cool game ideas. Well, speaking of games, we're getting to Tuesday trivia in just a little while, and we're gonna have some fun with that. Hi, welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. I didn't do my intros.
You didn't?
I did not. I'm a bad host.
We had no sound.
Yeah, we'll go with that. The Knockem Dead Comedy Show. We're coming at you live from Gov's Comedy Club podcast on YouTube and Facebook. Please, if you'd like to participate in Tuesday Trivia, head on over to the YouTube feed, because that is where we monitor the comments. So that is where I'll see your answers when we play Tuesday Trivia. You can follow the Facebook page, and you can hang there if you want. But if you want to participate in Tuesday Trivia, please go to YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up, share the links, all that good sharing social media stuff. We appreciate it. We're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club. And speaking of legendary comedy club governors, I'm not making any sense. Speaking of the legendary Governor's Comedy Club, Eddie Murphy was on the Tonight Show. Was it last night or the night before? Eddie Murphy, and he was talking about, how he first got on stage and, getting started. And I sat there on the edge of my seat, like waiting for him to say governors, and he never said it.
Oh,
I know, I was disappointed. Yep, because this is the very room he got started at, right across the hall. Him and Jackie Martling and Rob Bartlett, they all started together. But yeah, I don't know. Eddie Murphy's got the new Beverly Hills Cop movie out. I'm like, I don't know. It's like 40 years since the last one.
Yeah.
Like, is he still running around in the streets with that Detroit jacket? Like, in his 60s? I don't know. That second Coming to America movie was shit. Did you see it?
I did see it. And it's funny. The original will be on. I'll watch it a million times. Right?
Yes,
You never
one of the best
see it
movies
too many
ever.
Times.
Yep.
The second one we saw it once,
And that's
then
it.
that was the end of it.
No
right.
desire
We'll never
to
see that again.
No, no way. Oh, what a disappointment. And that. Good morning, Frank C. And did you see that Seinfeld movie?
No.
Oh, don't waste your time. It was terrible.
That could get in trouble for this. I was never real. I like Jerry Seinfeld, and the show was okay. I was never like a huge Seinfeld fan.
That's okay. You're not in trouble.
It's
all
all
right.
right. It was all right. There were parts of it that were funny, but I was like,
So what show would Diane Fogarty prefer to watch?
oh my god, Everybody Loves Raymond, hilarious.
Yep.
Every single time. Every single time.
Great cast.
The entire cast.
Yep.
Great. So that type of stuff. But that one just came to me right off the top.
The old-fashioned family fighting. Yep.
2.5 Men.
Ah.
Ridiculous. I just love it. Just love it every single time. And again, the whole cast, all of it.
Even after Charlie Sheen left?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you
Not
there.
so much.
Yeah,
no. He was. Come on, let's face it. He was that show.
Absolutely.
They tried. I give it to him for trying. What are you gonna do? But no.
Yeah. Nope.
No.
And today, Paul McCartney's birthday.
Love Paul McCartney.
You need a minute there? You all right?
I wish I had known. I could have sent a text or something. I don't know.
You never know. He likes his New York women. That's for sure. Linda was New York, and now his current wife is a New Yorker. Ooh, you're right there. You hear that? Wow, I should say that name more often around here.
Love it.
Paul McCartney. If I speak in a Liverpool accent, does that...
Like to try. I'd like to hear it anyway.
I don't think I've ever attempted it. I thought he was sitting next to me. That was good. 82? 3? Something like that.
Might be a little old for me.
Yeah, all right, that's what I was about to ask.
Like he's a little old.
Even though it's Paul McCartney?
Yeah, come on.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. You sure about that?
I think, it would be too much.
Although he looks like a healthy guy. He's been a vegan for years and years.
I know.
I bet you he plays a good cornhole.
Maybe.
Paul McCartney. Who do you think anybody has had a better life than Paul McCartney?
You know what's interesting about him is that as I've heard, don't really know him personally, don't really have his number in my phone to text him, but you know, he's kind of lived a spectacular career and all this crazy money, but he lives like a fairly normal, subdued life. You know, as far as I know, he lived pretty much in the same house he raised his kids in.
Yeah.
Long before he was crazy super wealthy, and I think he's just got his shit together. Like
that's always been my impression.
He's always been really focused on what's really important, and he's always been very grounded that way. And so, that's just one of the things I love about him. But the music, I mean, just ridiculous.
Well, of course,
for me, I love it.
And that's why I actually asked that question, because first of all, that music. The way the Beatles were more than music. They they changed popular culture completely. They've had this constant legend status since the 60s.
Yep.
And he still puts out great, amazing music. But then on top of all that, he does seem like he's got a great relationship with his kids. His family life seems to be, good and solid.
Yes.
Like, and his kids, they just seem like they got it together.
And I feel like if he were interviewed and he got his start at Governors, he would have said Governors, unlike Eddie Murphy.
I do think he would have.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right about that.
He does, I think he's got that gratitude thing going on, and he doesn't forget where he came from.
Should we start that rumor? That Paul
that
McCartney started here? Yeah.
Sure.
And that actually, that remind me when we're done.
Okay.
When we're off the air, that just reminded me of a story.
Okay.
That I cannot tell you on the air.
Okay.
But yeah, let's start that rumor. That this club started in 1981, but we'll just say that Paul McCartney started here anyway.
Okay.
Why not?
I can go with that.
Why not? He does have property on Long Island, so we could just say he lived here.
Out east, yeah.
I have a cousin who stalked him once and went to the house out east, and then ended up seeing him through a window.
Really?
Yeah, that's the whole story.
Oh.
Yeah,
all right,
that's
but
all.
you got to see him.
Got
How
to see
cool
him.
is that?
Sure, that's all I got. The money, the fame, he's just got it all. That guy, and the whole world loves him. I mean,
I can't imagine. I don't think I've ever come across anybody who said, Paul McCartney.
Right.
I mean, even if you're not a fan of the music, which I'm thinking
I
would have a problem.
Yes,
with
I
that.
don't understand what you're thinking.
But
okay,
to each his own.
Right.
Yeah, haven't heard anybody ever say anything bad
right.
about him.
You have world famous people like the Pope. Well, not everybody likes the Pope.
Right.
Baseball players, like, I don't know, Babe Ruth, but that's only in America. I don't think there's anybody of that stature.
International, worldwide stature, right? Absolutely.
Yep. Amazing. It's amazing. So, 80, Frank would know. Frank, my brother, or Frank before, you probably know too. Yeah, how old is Paul McCartney? I'm going to say 80, I think 82, but I'm not positive. So, either way, it's his birthday today. So, happy birthday, Paul McCartney. One thing I mentioned yesterday, and I'm hoping you'll help me out with this.
Okay.
I told a story yesterday about something, just like a stupid weird story that happened to me, and I asked everybody to share some of their weird stories, and nobody came through. So what happened was Sunday morning, I was squeezing the toothpaste onto the toothbrush, right? And I'm having trouble. I'm squeezing, and at first nothing was coming out. I'm like, what's happening here? It wasn't really an empty tube. Sure enough, all of a sudden this bubble is coming out, and it's growing and growing. I'm like, oh, I've seen bubble in a toothpaste, but not like this. It was growing, and then quickly it burst, but boom, a little piece went right into the corner of my eye.
Oh, and that burned.
It burned. I have never had that happen to me in my life. That was the first time that it's gone in my eye like that. And at first, it didn't burn right away. That was a weird thing. So I'm like, all right, I'll get that in a second. I'll brush my teeth first. And I can see the little piece in the mirror sticking out. But sure enough, as I'm brushing my teeth, I'm like, what the? But my hands are wet, from being in the bathroom. And so I'm like, at first I did try to get it, but now my wet fingers are getting my eye wet. So it's still burning, and it was getting worse. And as I'm in pain, I'm still brushing my teeth, but thinking I have to talk about this on the show. That's where my brain went. But yeah, I just thought that was one of the strangest things. So yeah, and then I told that story yesterday, and I said to everybody, "What about you guys? What weird stories do you have?" Not a single comment, not a phone call, nothing.
Wow.
You must have something.
I'm
I'm also a klutz. Do anything like that? No pressure.
on
Yeah,
the
you do.
putts.
You walk
I
into stuff.
literally broke my foot falling off the lawn.
Falling off the lawn.
Literally, I was
Was your
standing
lawn
on.
15
I was
feet?
standing on the edge of a friend's lawn,
Yeah.
and it was perfectly edged,
Okay.
right? And it was about that high.
Okay.
And I stepped off the lawn to go step on the sidewalk and get to the car, and my foot gave out, and I broke. I mean, I really broke it clean through. Broke this bone clean through, and then obviously fell over and smashed my knee, and there was blood everywhere, and everybody's going, "Oh my God, the knee!" And I'm like, the knee is not the problem.
Wow. Oh, you felt it?
Yeah, I knew it was broken
Yeah?
immediately. Snap.
Ooh.
So yeah, I wasn't doing anything except stepping off the grass.
That is crazy. Yeah, that's pretty klutzy.
That's very klutzy. I mean, honestly, yeah, that's yeah.
When my foot breaks, the whole leg just goes flying. Losing my balance.
That's good.
It happens regularly. Good morning, Jeff Bosey. Good to see you. It's called an air pocket, says John Rusciello. All right, a bubble, air pocket. All right.
Who knew?
Yeah, who knew?
It had a term.
Frank says, "Oh no, the toothpaste story again." Diane, just nod your head and smile.
But isn't it? I mean, pretty interesting that I know that burns, which means I must have had toothpaste.
Well,
in
there
my
you
eye
go.
at some
Right.
Point. I
Yep.
immediately knew, like I could feel it as soon as you said it.
All right, let's see. We're getting a phone call.
Oh, somebody's calling in.
Somebody is calling in. Good morning. You're on the air. How are you?
I have a weird story.
Do you? I'd love to hear it.
One time I had a one-legged guy ask me to dress up like a woman for a couple of bucks. But that and or it could be a Friday for me.
I was going to say that. I don't think that was just one time.
I think it's been several times because, it's quite addicting.
Oh, you're such a creep.
Yeah, I am. I can't help it. You got a lovely lady sitting there, and
I do.
was like, what better way to start off a Tuesday than, having me call in?
Yeah, you totally ruined any excitement I was feeling with this lovely lady next to me. You totally killed it.
Well, hey, listen, if you want, I can go ahead and get up in that dress later.
Oh, my goodness. This is Jeff, and he performs in my murder mysteries, and he plays my daughter.
Oh,
So,
really?
yes.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, how you doing? Oh my God, you're such a pretty lady. How you doing, pretty lady?
Wow.
Yeah, Jeff takes a little
That's
getting used to. Yeah.
That's great. I'm going to have to come out and see it.
Absolutely, it's a ball, and my daddy's the best.
Well, thank you, honey, and you're a wonderful daughter.
Thank you. I always like the fact that every now and again my cookie's mentioned, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But anyway, you guys have a wonderful Tuesday. Enjoy Trivia Tuesday. You guys are beautiful. I love you. I gotta go. Bye.
Bye, Jeff. Jeff Bosey checking in. That was, that was scary. Let's see here.
There we go.
Steve Powell says, saw that on Law and Order once. Hello, Steve Powell. I don't know who you are either. But you saw what on Law and Order? A guy getting toothpaste in his face? Porn guitar plays in the background. Right. All right. All right. So let's see. So that's, I did the toothpaste, did McCartney, did Father's Day. And how about those Mets?
How about those Mets?
Who would think?
I would think.
Would you?
I just want to say.
I don't.
I just want to say, as my mother and my sister have been just completely aggravated with the Mets, I said, but isn't it better if they lose now and then have a great second half? We're not even to the All-Star break, so we have plenty of time.
Exactly.
Typically, last year I believe they had a really, really, really good run, and then they tanked at the end, and that's just crushing. I would much rather do it.
Absolutely
this way.
right. I said it yesterday on the show. We're not even halfway through.
Much better to let them have a rough start and then come back strong. Even if they don't win, the whole thing, it's more exciting.
I agree 100%. And right, even if they don't make it to the postseason, at least it's a good, exciting season.
We want to have a good run at the end.
Right.
Absolutely.
And what's better than a comeback?
Nothing. And
Right.
that's why we're Met fans.
Well, true. Well,
We love that.
we don't get it that often.
No,
either.
but when we do, it's exciting.
Yes. Really, very exciting.
Right? I mean, Yankee fans are not like that. And I have plenty of friends who are Yankee fans. But, first of all, if their team's not winning, they're brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then when they do win, they're like, yeah, it's about fucking time, And
They're
then
sore
the Mets
winners.
fans are like, whoa! Like they could have lost 10 in a row, and then they pull one out by one
Right.
run, and they're like, whoa, we love
Oh,
them.
Met fans,
Oh,
we still lose a game. We got a double play.
Oh, but we did good. Nice, great run, guys. Nice
Right.
try.
Yep.
Not Yankee fans. They're like,
No.
fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
No, I know.
It's World Series
So
or nothing with
different.
Yankee fans.
So different.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
sore winners, you bums.
Yes, it's true.
Obviously we hate you guys very much.
We love you, but it's much more fun to be a Met fan.
There's nothing better than going to a Met Yankee game.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I love playfully messing around with guys in the crowd, as long as it's playing. You go up to at the end, hey, that was a lot of fun. Nice meeting you, and you move on. I've seen those douchebags that get into real fights. Even when, was it 2-3 years ago, when the Mets and Yankees almost got into a fight themselves. I was like, no, don't do that. That ruins the whole thing.
It does ruin the whole thing.
No, this is supposed to be playful. It's supposed to be fun.
Right, but the Yankee fans, I think, like it. And
Oh,
I think
yes.
So it's different, right? So as a
Yes.
Met fan, I don't want to see it, but
Right.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, Yankee fans, yeah. Again, sore winners. They can win 12-0 and still find something to complain about. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yankee
agree.
fans. Friend, I'm driving in back of a truck that says wide load. Gee, I wonder who that could be. Oh, my goodness. I'm a Yankee fan when I have some time alone. Fremder's back. There he is. All right. So, so thank you, Grimace, for this winning streak the Mets are on. Which only the Mets would they get some kind of spark from Grimace throwing out the first pitch last week. They have not lost a game since Grimace threw out the first pitch.
Thank you, Grimace.
Thank you, Grimace. Yeah, it's so weird. So, all right, we're going to get to Tuesday Trivia in a little while. I have something here that I saved for you, Diane Fogarty.
For me?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we had a discussion last week talking about people like Cosby and the like. People have been in trouble for doing things they shouldn't be doing. So, and we were talking a little bit about, we were touching upon separating the work from the person, whether that's hard to do, not hard to do. So, the other day, Kevin Spacey did an interview with Piers Morgan.
I did see part of that.
Okay, right. All right.
Yes.
All right, so let's get right into it. Kevin Spacey was cleared. So, like we were saying that last week with Cosby, we're like, when so many people are coming out and saying stuff.
And then there's evidence, and then there's this, right? And you have to pay attention.
Now that's all right. So that's the thing. I admit I don't know. Was there evidence with Kevin Spacey, or was it just people saying?
I don't know the answer, but I did know as well that he was cleared.
Right.
And not, he wasn't found liable or guilty. Now, I do understand that doesn't necessarily mean somebody's innocent, but
right.
Yeah, why? And when I saw the interview, so he's losing his house. They're selling off the house. I mean, he really lost everything.
Yeah, he said he still owes millions in legal fees.
And so, why? And does that make him untouchable now in the business? No, nobody wants to hire him. Nobody, I don't understand it. I think there has to be, they have choices. Studios have choices. Movie makers have choices, and I guess they just feel he's untouchable. But that's kind of a shame because his work, some of it's extraordinary.
Yes,
right?
Well, a fantastic actor. But that's my question. So now, even though several people came out and said that he did stuff, and I think even in this interview he did say, yes, I was a little too touchy-feely with some people.
He did.
Yeah.
He did say that.
So, but because he was declared innocent legally in a court of law, so do you think he does, that we don't have to separate the work from the man, and he
personally,
should?
Yeah. I mean, I would be okay if there was another movie and he was in it. I would go see it because I do like his work.
Yeah.
he did, personally, he is accountable in some way. He does admit that maybe he did some things. And we've talked about this, how, what was acceptable behavior 20 years ago is not necessarily acceptable behavior now.
True.
Did it make it right then? No, but it was the culture. It was what was acceptable at the time.
Yeah.
You can go to lots of things. I mean, you had, Al Jolson in the 20s or the 30s doing blackface, and, at the time it was funny, and now you could never get away with that. But
Right.
at what point, where do you draw the line? It wasn't, now we know it's racist, you don't do it, right? So, for me, I would go see a movie if
Yeah.
you were in it, and I can only speak for myself. I don't,
Sure.
to me, this is like the Colin Kaepernick effect. No NFL team is going to pick him up again.
Right.
And as far as I know, he's still working hard. But you know what? He's doing okay. He's got Nike. He's got other
Right.
companies
Absolutely
that are
right.
backing him, and good for them. But I kind of feel like shame on the NFL for not standing behind him. More. The players seem to have done that, so
Yes.
I don't know why the NFL itself and the teams didn't do that.
And then, and not just the NFL, but, well, the public. The public really did
I
not.
think the public's divided on that.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see him play. I know plenty of people who would love to see him play, and maybe he's past that now, because now it's been years. I forget how many years it's been. It's been a long time.
Remember,
So,
yeah.
but I just think that whole thing was a shame.
What do you think? All right, so this isn't exactly the same situation, but you take somebody like OJ.
Mm-hmm.
Now, OJ was found innocent, but like you said, there was plenty of evidence. Everybody just seems to know he did it.
Right.
But,
Not guilty, different than innocent, right?
well, true. Okay,
Yes.
yes.
Because then he was found civilly liable.
That's exactly where I was going. So he was found. So he got
Because
off.
the burden of proof is different.
Right.
Right.
Right. So technically, he was, found innocent in a court of law or not guilty, and he then lost a civil suit. So now Kevin Spacey, he was found not guilty, but he does have. But next year there is a civil trial coming.
Civil suit pending. Okay.
So let's say it's the same as OJ. So he's free now and he's cleared. But let's say he loses the civil trial and has to pay. Does that change anything you just said? And yes, and very clear. We're talking about you. Just curious.
I don't
how
really
you
know
think.
the particulars.
Okay.
So I guess I would have to see what he's been,
Right.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
What he's been. I mean, I've heard, and I'm not even certain of this, but I've kind of heard some of what he has been accused of involved minors and.
Yeah. See.
So
yeah,
I don't really
story.
know if I don't know the facts,
Right.
but
Yeah, and he said flat out in this interview that he was touching someone sexually in a way that he didn't know at the time that person didn't want it.
that's dicey.
That is very dicey. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then some more. Piers Morgan said, "Well, that's basically groping," and the word "grope" is a very odd word. He says, "Personally, I've caressed people. I have been gentle with people. That is the way I am. You're making a pass at someone. You don't want to be aggressive. You want to be gentle and see if they're going to respond positively."
Right. So he wasn't. His side of it is that he wasn't being forceful.
Right.
But if it's still unwelcome, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And again, in the 50s, that would have been okay.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
It was only like
you're absolutely right.
1981 where it was legal for a woman to.
Right.
To refuse sex to her husband. It's only like very recent. Like it's
Yeah.
all so.
Yeah, you said the
that's-
50s. I was thinking it's actually even later than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it does get a little weird. And then he says, because then Piers did ask him about rumors that he pursued, well, not rumors, but accusations that he pursued younger people. And he said, understanding that and making a vow that will never happen again for the rest of my life. I will never behave in the ways that I previously did ever. So that's kind of saying you
It
did.
It is. I agree. And yet there's still that, okay, at least you're owning up to it. It doesn't make it better. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, who the heck knows?
Are you owning up to it now because you got caught?
Right.
You know, I don't know.
But there are plenty of people who get caught and still never own up.
Well,
So
true.
that's,
True.
you know,
You're
like
absolutely
just
right about that.
perpetuate the lie.
Yep. The other big news this morning here on Long Island, Justin Timberlake got arrested for DWI in Sag Harbor late last night.
I did not hear this.
Yep. He was out in Sag Harbor. He went out for this part alone is weird to me. He went out to Sag Harbor for dinner. Oh, all right, I read this wrong. Never mind. So he went out for dinner, left the restaurant at 12:30 a.m. Got into his car and got pulled over and was supposedly in jail overnight.
Wow.
And he got a DWI, which I don't know, stuff like that bothers me. Like, you're Justin Timberlake. You can spend a few $100s on an Uber or a chauffeur and not feel it.
Not right.
Like, so why are you driving?
You're right. You're right. And you know, it's interesting because DUI. That's an interesting thing because it's not illegal to drink and drive. Right. That's not illegal. It's illegal to drive drunk.
Right.
So now you're asking somebody who's drinking to determine whether or not they're capable of driving.
Right.
So this person is impaired on some level, even if it might be super tiny or
Sure.
minor. But at what point are you unable to make that decision, right? So that's a slippery slope because it's not illegal. You're allowed
Right.
to go drink and then get in your car and drive, but you have to determine whether you're capable of it or
But
not.
I'm rich and famous.
You shouldn't even. It shouldn't even be a question. I
Right.
agree. Get somebody to
Right.
you know,
I'm gonna have
drive you here.
I'm going
or
out
there.
dinner. Yeah, we're gonna have some drinks. You know, I'm just not gonna take the chance.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's local. So it's and then and now this other story too, over in London, which I wish there was video because I'm a cold-hearted prick. Sir Ian McKellen was doing a play on Monday night. It's called Player Kings, a new West End adaptation of William Shakespeare, Henry IV, Parts 1 and 2. All right. So Ian McKellen is 85 years old.
Wow. Okay.
And he's in this play, and there's a fight scene that he's in. So he's doing this fight scene, and he fell off the stage. Now, I don't know how far he had to fall, but he did not, from what I understand, he fell and hit the floor.
Typically, you know, if first of all, if it's a show that's the caliber of the show, a theater that would have a show where Ian McKellen is in it,
Yep.
I'm guessing that's a pretty high stage.
That's my guess.
You
But
know?
let's for argument's sake, let's say it's only 5 feet.
5 feet's a long way to fall.
Exactly, and
when you're not 85.
right. I mean,
Whoa.
you're 85, you fall off the grass, and that's
Boom.
going to hurt.
Exactly. Come on.
It hurt Diane.
Literally 2 inches. It was a beautiful lawn, very well manicured, nice and high. But
Did you get any
2
blood on the
inches.
grass?
No,
that
on the
beautifully.
sidewalk.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well, you hose that off.
Yeah. So.
All right, but thank God you didn't ruin the grass.
Thank God.
But yeah, so 85 years old, you hit the floor like that. That could be a dangerous thing. That could even be life threatening.
It could.
For anybody, really.
Yeah.
But and then they supposedly he could be heard screaming for help. The theater was evacuated. He got help. Luckily, scans turn out fine. He's in good spirits, and he returns to the show tomorrow.
That's great.
And
Holy
because
cow.
he's fine, that's why I say I'd like to see video. Let me see him fall.
Now,
let me hear
because
him
you know
scream.
he's okay.
Exactly.
There could be video, I'm sure.
I hope there's video
Well, yeah,
because
sure.
I'm a cold-hearted prick.
Just
I
wanna
want
see it.
Yeah, I totally want to see it. I think I told you I saw Davy Jones fall off a stage, and I laughed for hours.
Really?
I could not stop laughing. Davy Jones was running backwards, and he fell right off the stage, tumbled downstairs. I could not.
Oh my God.
I still laugh just thinking about it. This was 1989, and I still just laugh at the thought of it.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was hilarious. I once saw. I was a teenager. I was riding my bike on Route 107 in Hicksville, and I see a buddy of mine. He's down a ways, but I could tell it's him. We actually spot each other. We're waving to each other. I'm going one way, he's going the other. And why I kept watching, I'm not even sure. But he starts running across the street, and he wasn't looking at me anymore, but he wasn't looking straight. He ran right into a bus.
That's not funny.
I
What's
know.
wrong with you?
I know it's not funny.
That's not. This is your friend.
Yeah, and he was hurt, but yeah, the video. and all right, to make this up, karma did get me because one time, just like a year later, I'm riding my bike on 4th Street in Hicksville. I'm heading back to school. We had open campus and we were allowed to go out for lunch. So I went out for lunch. I'm on my bicycle. I'm riding back to school, and I see a bunch of guys I know from school. They're going to lunch. I'm on my way back. And I'm talking to them as I'm on my bike. The group of them, they're walking on the sidewalks. I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not looking.
You're not looking.
I hit the back of a car.
Oh.
And flipped off the bike, hit and landed on the hood. Scared the hell out of this poor lady. Nothing was damaged. I was fine. My buddies had a good laugh. I actually did. I spent the rest of the ride back to school laughing. But so karma did get me.
Oh,
for laughing at my friend who ran into the bus.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong. I have
After you
weird
laughed,
humor.
did you at least run over and make sure he was okay, or you just kept laughing? You don't even remember.
I don't remember. I didn't go over to him, but if I remember right, I think I didn't go over there because, like, immediately there was at least 5 people around him and took care of things. I don't know what was so important that I couldn't run over there myself. I don't.
You're like, yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, he's fine. He's talking. He's breathing. So his jaw got wired shut. So what? Which is true. His jaw, jaw didn't end up getting wired shut for a while from that. But yeah, I don't remember why I didn't go over to him. But yeah, so I do. I laugh at. I laugh at like those videos that you see on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. You know, people falling and slipping on the ice and stuff.
So you
like,
love that
love
ridiculousness stuff, right?
Yeah. I'm cold like that.
Yeah, not me so much.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
We were doing so well. We both like air conditioning. We both like steaks. We both like the Mets.
I just don't really like
and
seeing people get hurt. You know.
Yeah. Well, again, if they're really hurt, no. But as long as I like, if the disclaimer comes up first, nobody was
really
injured.
hurt. Right,
okay, show me all of them.
Well, you see it now.
But if I know, like,
I know.
or sometimes there is, it just looks like they're hurt. I do. I have a hard time with that. In fact, speaking of our murder mysteries, which I was talking about earlier when Jeff called, there's this woman, Linda, who's been doing the murder mysteries with me for like 30 years. About maybe 10 years ago, it was just this weird thing. Like, we did like 4 or 5 shows in a row, and she fell. Like, at every one of these shows. Like, Linda, what is going on with you? But, and we, at the time, we don't do it so much now, but at the time, we would get video of every show. So I did make this video, you know, why is Linda falling? And I had all this footage of her falling. But there's, which is, yeah, it's really, we're twisted people. But, and it's in the video, but I had a hard time because there is one video, she had a long skirt and she stepped on
it. Yeah.
So she slid.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it in the video. I mean, she smacked her face, the side of her face, against that floor. and we have headset mics in our shows, just like this. So you hear it, and then you hear her. So the cast, we stopped what we were doing. We ran over, but I ran to the sound, the mixer, to turn off her mic,
right?
Because I didn't want. I knew that would have bothered her if she knew that everybody can hear her in pain.
Moaning.
Yeah, so everybody else, and then I went over. But she had, I mean, before the show was even over, you know, things were, you know, bruises were popping out. She had, it was crazy. The next day, I'll never forget, she sent me a picture. I mean, it was almost like Mike Tyson's tattoo on his face.
I have a picture like that, too.
You do?
I do.
And how did you?
And this happened a year ago, and I'll show the picture. Last year in April, I woke up one morning. I had a stomach virus, and I couldn't go to work. And I kept saying, I kept calling. I said, I'm sure it'll work its way through, and then I'll get ready and I'll come in.
Okay.
And it was around 1 PM, and I went down. I took a shower, and I wasn't feeling so great. I thought I was feeling better. I wasn't. I went downstairs for something, and as I was walking, I was walking back towards the stairs, and the next thing I remember was one of Anthony's kids. I heard him say my name. He said, Diane, and he picked me up off the floor, so I passed out.
Oh,
Didn't even know
wow.
it. And I hit the floor. It's a big tile floor, and I hit the floor, and didn't even know I was hurt. Didn't feel a thing.
Yeah.
Still don't remember it. But he picked me up and put me in a chair, and I did one of these, and when I went like that, my hands were covered in blood. And so and you can actually feel it. So the piece of bone is floating here. So I smashed my entire eye socket. When I tell you, black, green, purple, swollen, terrible.
Did you just say a piece of bone is floating?
Yeah, I have a little floater over here. Like it wiggles, you can feel it. Like that eye socket piece. It's
oh my goodness!
Oh, it's terrible. And I'll show you. I'll show I'll pull the picture up.
Like that's okay to have that? Like,
well, it doesn't hurt. It used to actually up until pretty recently. If I would accidentally every once in a while, if I swipe it real hard, it does hurt. But it's just a little piece of a little floating piece of bone there that I have.
You don't need to get it removed or fixed or.
I mean,
See, you're tougher than most guys I know.
I was thinking now, if it was somebody in my family, I would have made them go to the doctor or and I just kept saying, no, I'm fine, and I probably had a concussion. I mean, I really hit hard. And so
there's a chance that one day you might sneeze and a piece of bone will come flying out of your face.
It could. Probably. Yeah, that's possible. At my eye, something
right,
like that.
Right into my eye like the toothpaste, and then we're in trouble.
Yeah, it could happen.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up so you can see.
That would be one hell of a snot rocket. Smacked with a piece of bone.
Yeah.
All right, you find the picture. I'm going to read comments. Let's see. From there, an actor should be held accountable for trying to put it in the wrong spacey.
Oh.
Now, finally, O.J. Simpson can rest peacefully knowing that his wife's killer is dead. Yep. John Rusiello, Don Rickles would be in jail if he said his act today. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know about jail, but yes, Don Rickles would be in a lot of trouble, which is a shame because that's a perfect example of how things have gone. You used to be able to make fun of silly things like race, and now everybody gets all up in arms about it. The guy didn't have a serious bone about him, and he always made it clear that he was doing nothing but just making fun. Like there wasn't anything real about it, and I miss that. He was one of my favorites. From there, Justin Timberlake went from NSYNC to in prison. Oh my goodness! I heard Shakespeare was a chronic masturbator. I heard Shakespeare. That's one word. Shakespeare is one word. Shakespeare was a chronic masturbator. All right, you would know that, Fremder. Just so he. Oh my goodness. Are we allowed to?
You can show it.
Yeah,
I don't care.
You're cool with that? All right.
I mean, I told the story at this point.
Yeah, true. Look at that. Wow. So now if Linda was here, we'd be comparing.
I honestly don't remember.
Well, that's
no
a good
pain,
thing.
Felt nothing. Didn't, I know I hit that floor hard, obviously. This was split open. It was bleeding like crazy. But I don't remember it. So that's a good thing.
But you must have been in a lot of pain once you...
No. Only if I touched it.
Really?
Yeah. I did not feel pain. I didn't get a headache. But there was a lot of blood. And, it... For months and months and months and months and months, it hurt to the touch.
But what made you pass out? I mean, you had a stomach
Because I had a stomach virus. I guess I was dehydrated. I remember standing at the counter and I was going to try to, get something ready for dinner for later. And I started to feel woozy. And I said, I'm going to go back upstairs and lay down. And I didn't make it.
Wow.
Yeah. So, that wasn't klutzy. It was just,
right,
it was what it was. But,
now that would make you laugh.
This was when I first did it before it got really black and blue. And you can see it was really split open.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, see, that wouldn't make me laugh. I'm talking about klutzy, clumsy, stupid shit.
Yeah. But hitting the floor like that, that's, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
I'm sure there was a noise.
Oh, yeah, right, I bet.
I don't remember it.
Oh, I guess that's a good thing. Wow, and how old was the kid?
Oh, 20.
All right. He can handle it.
Big enough to lift me up and put me in a chair, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Just so he doesn't get hurt next time he falls off the stage. Just so he doesn't get hurt next time he falls off the stage, maybe you should put back on his Magneto helmet. Oh, okay. My face looked like that after I tripped over my dog because I was trying to put on a pillowcase I thought it was a shirt in the middle of the night. Really? You were putting on a pillowcase that you thought was a shirt? Or you thought a pillowcase was a shirt in the middle of the night, so you tripped over. That's like, there's a whole lot of level of.
There's a lot of going on there.
Yeah. So you tripped over your dog. Is your shirt in the pillowcase in the same drawer? Like, how did you mistake one for the other?
Probably a pile of laundry. You know how people leave just a pile of laundry
Yeah, you're
in
right.
their bed? Yeah.
Fremder, put your
Lots of
laundry
people do
away. I'm sure that's what your wife said to you, right? As soon as you fell, she probably, see that? So you're not. That's what you get for not putting your laundry away, you
No,
stupid
he
asshole.
probably blamed her for not having it folded.
Well, that's
probably
sexist
really how
right
it went
there.
Down.
No,
I'm
you
sure.
fold it. I fold
Why
my
didn't you
kids.
fold the laundry? I would have known.
I fold the laundry. You didn't for a long time, and then I was like, no, I should do that. That's right. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see. All right. So Ian McKellen did that. What do we got? I did the Kevin Spacey thing. Done. We're gonna get Tuesday trivia soon. Coming at you in just a little bit. All right. Well, did you see these idiots in Texas that were driving through like it's like one of those. It's not a zoo, but like Great Adventure has where you can drive
like
through
the
with
nature drive, right?
Nature
Yeah,
drive. Thank you. Excuse me. And the now at Great Adventure, you're told don't feed them.
They tell you.
Lots
right?
of idiots
and
do
I know
it.
people don't pay attention. I know, but they
Yep.
do tell you.
I actually had video of my first wife. She decided to open her window and feed I think it was a giraffe, and that thing then started licking. Like she only opened the window like this much.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, the tongue comes in.
Yeah.
And she screams, and I forget
They
what.
will spit too.
It was there was a stain on my car for years until I got rid of the car.
Ugh.
I no matter what I did, I couldn't get rid of it.
Get it off.
Yep, from the giraffe's tongue.
Wow.
And I told her so. That's your fault. But these people in Texas now, I don't know if they have the same rule down there in Texas, but they were doing that. They were feeding a giraffe, and they have a little girl. I want to say 3 or 4. They're holding her as they drive through. They're feeding the giraffe. The giraffe starts eating, and then accidentally gets the girl's hair. So the giraffe goes to walk away, and he's got the girl. Thankfully, she didn't go too far, and she was just out of the mother's reach. Her mother's arms are here. The kid was like here, and the giraffe let go, and so the mother just grabbed her.
Oh
immediately.
my God.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
But not that the kid deserves it, but those parents deserve stupid shit like that for being so stupid.
Oh my God.
Don't feed the damn animals.
Well, you know what? It's funny that this just happened. My daughter sent me a video a week ago or 2 weeks ago. They took my grandson to a zoo.
Nice.
And there is actually a video of him feeding a giraffe, but there's food and it's in the fence.
Okay, right. That's different. Totally
and it
different.
Came
right.
and it took it right out of his hand. But yeah, I don't know if the fence, how high it was, if it could have reached over. I mean, I would assume not, but that's scary.
It's very
Holy
scary.
cow.
And in that, going with that stupid idiot theme, Lydia Kessinger and her husband Alex were attempting to transport a king-size mattress to their new home by Lydia lying on top of it in the truck bed to keep it from flying away. This is in Utah.
Okay.
The mattress lifted off the truck with Lydia on it and landed in the middle of the highway.
Oh my God.
In Provo, Utah, wherever that is. She suffered significant road rash, but then managed to make it to the side of the road without being hit by oncoming traffic. So she landed in oncoming traffic.
No, I could just picture somebody doing that. People pile into the back of a pickup truck. Oh, we'll just sit on the mattress so it doesn't.
Yep.
That's crazy.
You deserve what you get. And now here's the kicker.
But I could see somebody doing that. It's not that didn't seem that odd.
So basically you're just saying there's a lot of stupid people.
Yeah.
Here's the kicker. She was she was scraped up, she's banged up, bruised up, and lost her 2 front teeth.
Oh my God.
But still managed to get it all taken care of for her wedding day the very next day.
No way.
Way.
That's crazy.
That's it's not crazy. It's stupid.
That's just, oh my God.
You're stupid.
Oh my God.
That's just like a few months ago. When was that big eclipse? A month ago?
Yeah,
2 months
April
ago?
7th, I believe, or
Wow.
April 8th.
Wow, how'd you know the date? You're good.
I don't know. I was driving home and it was on the highway every day, April 8th or whatever. And,
But did you hear about that woman that was... she was like a famous author or something. She's from Long Island somewhere. She was going upstate with her husband.
to view it. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they had a camper. And it was, like one of those trailers on a trailer. She sat in the trailer while the husband was driving the truck up to go upstate. Sure enough, somehow the thing unhinged and she died. The trailer crashed and
I
she
didn't hear
died.
about that.
I mean, now, I'm not going to say, she deserved to die, but...
Come on,
But
stop
you're
doing
stupid.
stupid things, people.
Right, and you're an author, so I think if you're an author,
You
you're
should be
fairly...
reasonably intelligent.
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
I have to agree with that. I
Well,
would
and I
never
thank you
do
for
it. I would, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Like, if you're going to be stupid...
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Where's the... Oh, all right. So I guess John called in because I just happened to be looking at my phone. He's looking at his phone. Let me call. Thank you for that heads up before, sir.
No problem. Can I tell you my great adventure story?
Of course you can.
Weird things that happened?
Sure.
I believe it was 1977, 1978. I forget. I buy my first brand new car. It was a Plymouth Satellite.
Nice.
It was bronze with a white Landauer top with white interior. The car was gorgeous.
You're a pimp.
I was. My girlfriend at the time, I wish I was a pimp now, but that's another story.
Yeah.
My girlfriend at the time said, let's go to Great Adventure. They have the nature park, and it's great. It's fantastic.
Right.
I said, okay. I drive all the way from the Bronx down to exit, 19, it's the Great Adventure.
7A.
Pay to get into this nature park, and the monkeys ripped the Landauer top off my roof.
Oh my
The car was
goodness.
2 weeks old.
Oh.
You couldn't get out of the car because these monkeys were like violent.
Yeah, you can stop them.
I was freaking mortified.
I bet.
I was freaking and I bring it back to the dealer. I'll never forget it. It was McKenzie Chrysler, and I bring it back to the dealer, and I bought the car off Mr. McKenzie. And he says, John, he goes, put it to the insurance company. He goes, there's nothing to do. My insurance would not cover it.
You didn't have a monkey clause on your insurance?
Could you believe that? Even with collision and everything, my insurance would not cover it.
Wow.
And thank God for old man McKenzie. He did it gratis because he felt bad for me. I mean, here I was. A 20-year-old kid, and
With a brand new car, that's heartbreaking.
That is heartbreaking.
Yeah, but that's that. Talk about weird stories and stuff, and that's. But I'll never forget it, and I never would ever go to that stupid thing again.
I was just gonna say you never did that again. No.
And you couldn't do it in the Great Adventure because, as you remember, as you drove in there, you were on your own risk. You can't do this, you can't do that.
Right.
Disclaimer.
The things we do just to get sex.
No, let me tell you, those days I was a good boy.
Were you? Well, then why'd you take her? Why'd you take her there?
Absolutely. Because I was a nice guy.
Good boy, absolutely.
I was a good boy. The New York City Police Department corrupted me. All right, more ways than one.
I believe that. Sure.
Yeah. Believe me when I tell you. All right, and then I went out to Long Island, and that destroyed me. Goodbye. I'll have it.
You too, pal. Thanks.
Diane, you look lovely. You're these short eyes, these old eyes. You're a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
You look absolutely ravishing.
Thank you.
Well, that goes without saying.
Yes. Well, no, it should be said.
Well, you're absolutely right. Yes.
And maybe you should dress up a little nicer on Tuesdays since you have a lovely co-host. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, he's good. He looks good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks for that. But I will. Maybe I will try to do better. Because there is nothing but class over here, ladies and gentlemen. Brendan Bird is watching. Hey, guys, I missed the show. You want us to start over? Let's see. You need my comments like my sock drawer. What? Idiots and Texas. Isn't that redundant, says Frank C.
All right, Frank C. I kind of agree with you there.
Brendan says, I've actually done that, but was a concerning adult and the dumbass sitting tits down on the mattress. Oh, so you...
Moved. Feel like I've seen people do that.
I think I may have done that when I was young and stupid,
You know
but
what?
only driving maybe 3
Right,
blocks
not
away
on a
or
big
something.
highway, right? It's
Definitely
local, right?
Right.
I kind of agree with that. I can't imagine being on the parkway like that, just...
And I've admitted I'm one of those too that have tried to tie something down, and then I realized I just tied the car
who's
door
driving should be going at a reasonable speed,
Well,
right?
true.
Like you would think they would know, okay, I have somebody in the back of my truck, let's take the side roads, let's
Right.
go slow. So there is some blame there.
shut. Unless that was the plan.
Unless it was on purpose.
Oh, shit
Which,
kicking. I
you
got
know,
Liddy on the
now
back of the truck.
I have to really start thinking about that because,
Right.
yeah, you have to know. You're careful when somebody's in the back of your
That's a
truck
good
like
point.
that.
Like, how fast was this?
It had to be fast to lift a
If she-
king-size mattress out of the back of
With
the
the woman
truck.
on top of it, and to the
Stop.
point when she landed on the other side of the
Thank
highway.
you. Yes. That's a lot of wind to get up under there,
Bubba, what were you thinking?
right? That's exactly.
And then, but you know what? She's getting married the next day. Like, why would you even agree to do that? Why would you
Maybe I wonder if it was the groom who was driving and he's trying to get out of the wedding thing.
That's what I'm saying. I think maybe he drove fast on purpose.
Wow, the plot thickens. Yeah.
Now, see, if that was in a movie, like a get married or engaged couple, and the guy throws her on top, like that would be considered a stupid movie. But now here you go.
Yeah, it's like
real
the
life.
Hangover kind of stuff. Hijinks that happen
Right.
in the Hangover. It's like that same
The
kind
Hangover
of stuff.
hijinks.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
I like those kind of.
That's
I think
great.
it's funny.
Well, the first
Yeah.
one was great. They went. What did they do?
Yeah.
3 altogether.
Yeah, the first one was great.
Yeah, it should have stopped
Yeah.
there. Like Back to the Future too.
Yeah.
Like stop. The first one was like almost the perfect
I
movie.
agree. And then that Wild West one, like, what was
Yeah, well,
that?
I didn't even know what-
none of
like,
it-
I couldn't
had
follow
no idea
it.
what was happening. No.
My son, who is in film, he thinks that's the best trilogy ever made. He loves it.
Really? I think
Yeah.
the best trilogy ever made was Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
and
yeah?
I'm not even really a fan of that type
I've
of
never
stuff.
seen any of
I
that
never
stuff.
read the books.
Yeah.
Masterful.
Really?
3 of them. The 3 of them. I can't even. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, the 3rd one was the best of the 3 in my opinion. Spectacular.
Oh, that's interesting. Now you got me thinking. I can't. Well, Rocky wasn't a trilogy.
Right.
Lethal Weapon
Although,
wasn't a trilogy.
4.
I think 4 is the worst one.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
almost don't even really count it.
But most people say 5 is the worst one. I think 4 is the worst one.
Yeah, no. Well, so wait, what was the one in Russia? Was that the 4th
That's
one?
4.
I don't think that was the worst one. I don't really hate that one so much. That 5th one was just...
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
think 4th one, going to
Okay.
Russia, I think that was the worst one.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
I like the premise of
Rocky.
5.
I
Well,
like
right.
them all, so,
me too. I
know.
love Rocky. I can watch them all the
Yeah,
time.
gives
I
you
think the
kinda
first
all the
one,
feels
right
and
up
the-
there with The Godfather. I really think it's that good, the first one. But I like the premise of 5. He lost his money. He's back in the streets. It got stupid with this other boxer he was trying to train, and yeah, but I did like the premise of it. Where 4 just really had no plot. The Russian guy killed Apollo. Rocky wants to fight him. He goes and
I
trains.
know,
and they
but he's
fight.
in Russia and he's pulling the things in the snow.
He's-
Come on, that was
and he
fun.
grew a beard. And then Adrian shows
And
up
then
out of
Adrian
nowhere.
shows up. Come on,
Completely
that's
out of nowhere.
Great that Adrian shows up.
And then he kills off Adrian.
I like how it makes me feel. Like it makes me happy, and that's really all I have to go by.
Some of the one of the best cinematic couples ever, Rocky and Adrian, without a doubt.
I agree.
And I don't have a problem with him killing her off, but I just think it would have been one of the best scenes ever if he did it. If he killed her off on screen, where she says goodbye to like maybe she's dying of cancer and he's holding her hand and they're saying goodbye to each other.
Oh, to see the death.
Yeah.
But if she didn't agree to do the movie, I don't know what happened. So to get her to do that, like unless they knew she wasn't going to make the,
I
I
guess,
don't think they knew how many they were going to make, and then and she said nah.
But I
know.
don't think I would have made the movie then.
Yeah.
I
know. I hear you. I understand.
Thanks.
What's your favorite movie? Just I'm curious. Or what do you think are some of the best movies you've ever seen?
All right. My favorite movie of all time is The Naked Gun.
Really? Okay. I don't think that surprises me, but okay.
Like, yeah, he's 12. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I laugh every single time. And I think I'm probably in triple digits the amount of time I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And I still laugh every single time. I love that movie. But in all seriousness,
Yeah.
I mean, that really is my favorite movie.
No, I understand. Like you watch it, you'll never stop watching it.
Yeah.
I get it.
The Usual Suspects is one of my favorites. The Godfather, of course. Shawshank Redemption. Yeah.
To me, that's the most perfect movie ever made.
And again, tremendous cast.
Brilliant, just smart, tremendous cast. And,
Yep.
you know, Tim Robbins wasn't even nominated for that. It was Morgan
Oh, is that
Freeman
right?
that was nominated for Best
Okay,
Actor
I didn't
for
know that.
And to me, just everything about that movie, the story, it's brilliant storytelling,
Yes,
the way
yes.
they came back around and then just, you know, you think it's over and then there's still a whole movie left. And,
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Terrific. Great.
I actually remember Brooksy?
Yes,
I met him.
Brooks.
James Whitmore.
Yeah.
Actually, I've told the
I mean,
story
I
a few
see
times.
that movie, you know,
Oh,
on a
yeah.
monthly basis. So I
was
Yes.
up in the Berkshires in Massachusetts to go see a play, and him and his wife were right next to me. And his wife, which I had no idea, was Mrs. Roper.
No, is that true?
Yeah, they were literally
I
right
had
next to
no
me.
idea. Wow.
And I felt bad because she was not in good shape. She kept asking where she was. During intermission, she turned to James Whitmore and said, she goes, I have no idea what's going on here. Yeah, I felt real. And I think it was only a year or two later she died. And then he died shortly after that too. But yeah, but they were super nice. I was talking to them during intermission.
Nice.
And then in the play was Ralph Waite, who was the father in the Waltons.
Yes, I know.
I met him after the play. Turns out he's from Garden City, which
Oh.
I had absolutely no idea until he told me that. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the play, but it was fun. But
Wow.
but also one of my favorites also though is Forrest Gump. I love that freaking movie.
That was gonna say my second, and how funny that they were up for the Academy Award the same year.
Yes.
And Pulp Fiction, the three of them
Oh, that's
all in
another
one year,
great one.
right?
Yeah.
That was 1994, crazy year for movies. But Forrest Gump, another one, brilliant that I
Yep.
could watch all the time, and I get why Tom Hanks won that
Oh,
year.
absolutely.
I mean, you know,
That man's
and
tremendous.
Forrest Gump, Shawshank. If I was picking, I probably would have picked Shawshank, but either one, amazing. Both of them amazing movies.
When he's talking to Jenny's grave and he starts crying, tells her he misses her, it gets me every time, man. You're gonna cry right
That
now?
movie,
Be careful, a piece of bone might fall out. It gets me every time. Every time.
It's a great
like
movie.
you could feel how much that guy loved her.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just
I mean,
tremendous.
well, through the whole thing, you know, every time he'd let her go.
Right, that's what I'm
without
saying.
a
You
thing,
can tell
and
he
he'd
loved
be like,
her. Yep.
she's my girl.
Yep.
You know, I'd be like, oh my God.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Great.
You know what movie also gets me, and I've told this on here before. Frank and I joke about it. When we were kids, there was a movie called Snoopy Goes Home or Snoopy Come Home. I forget, something like that.
I don't know it.
Charlie Brown was not Snoopy's original owner. So Snoopy, for whatever reason, I don't remember why. I haven't seen this movie in years. But for whatever reason, Snoopy decides to go back to the original owner. And he packs his things.
He runs away. He's got his
the stick.
pole with
Yeah.
the stick.
And you see him, and he's walking down the highway, and there's Charlie Brown watching. Me and my brother sobbed.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God!
I was
I
like
can
7.
imagine.
I was like 7
No,
years
I
old.
had no idea that even existed.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I couldn't tell you the last time I even saw this movie. Spoiler alert for a 50-year-old movie. He does come back, of course, to Charlie Brown.
Better.
Of course.
That would have ruined how many childhoods if you didn't.
Yeah. People would have been scarred for life.
That would have been terrible.
Yeah. So now you got me thinking of it's 12:15. Wow. But yeah, I could.
Flies. We're gonna have to extend this show.
We
to
should.
2 hours. It's just not enough time.
I could do that. I could talk to you all day, Diane Fogarty. I don't. And speaking of Charlie Brown, for some reason I feel like I always have to say Diane Fogarty. I can't just say Diane.
And you know what? That's not even my real last name.
I know,
So
but
it's
I wasn't. I didn't know if you wanted
No,
that
it's
known.
my
so
main.
wasn't
I
gonna
don't
do
care. I'm an open book, really.
Yeah.
It's just that's on Facebook. So Fogarty's my maiden name. I'm Fogarty. My last name's McCardle.
Right.
So Irish,
And then,
Irish.
Wasn't there a famous TV character with that last name or no?
Fogarty?
No, McCardle.
Andrea McCardle played Annie.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Andrea
And then
McCardle
she
played-
was on The West Wing.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, did she look fantastic? And I remember the first time I saw her in The West Wing, I was like, "Who is that?" And then I read Andrew. I was like, "Really? That's Andrew McArdle?"
Yeah. And
oh my goodness,
and
yes,
crazy. Yeah.
Was she the first Annie?
She was the first little orphan Annie on Broadway.
Right.
Yeah.
Then she was on that stupid sitcom with what's her name from Saturday Night Live, and
I know what you're talking
Andrew
about. Andrew
McArdle was the daughter. They were like best friends, and it was just your typical stupid '80s sitcom.
So, yeah.
What the hell?
Think of it.
Kate and Allie. Why I remember this, I have no idea.
Yes, Jane Curtin, right.
Jane Curtin.
Yeah.
And then, what was the other girl? Susan something?
Yeah. Can't think of her name.
Why do I remember this?
Because we were kids of the 80s. That's what we did.
Yeah.
We watched TV.
How did you know what exit in New Jersey? Come on.
7A. How many times have you been to Great Adventure?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, maybe twice. That's it.
Yeah, I mean.
But you remember that exit?
Who doesn't know that?
Yeah.
But,
wow.
you know, we really, of any generation, definitely were kids of television.
Yes,
70s,
you're right.
80s, that's what we did.
I'll tell you.
When we were allowed. When we were allowed in the
Oh,
house.
yes. Yes,
that's
true.
what we did.
And we were forced to watch whatever our parents
and
were
the
watching.
4:30 movie. You know,
Yes.
oh my God.
The after school special?
After school specials,
Yep.
4:30 movie, Elvis Week, Monster Week,
Right.
like whatever it was. Oh
Yep.
my God,
And
there
you
was
had to
nothing
wait.
better.
You had to wait. If there was a hit movie in the theaters, you had to wait like 2 or 3 years before it came on TV.
Oh, you would never, yeah.
And that was like
No,
a big deal.
no.
Everybody stayed home to watch.
Yep.
Like I remember that with Star Wars, actually. Channel 7.
Huge.
Everybody stayed home to watch Star Wars.
Yep.
But yeah, so I have all this. You're right. I guess I'm unlocking all this, these weird memories. I'll tell you quick, and I've told the story before. I was in here once, and Colin Quinn was performing
Okay.
here in the club. And I was standing right in the doorway here. Now, Colin Quinn has a cousin. His name is Tim Gage, who's locally a big comic on the Long Island scene. And Tim's a great guy. So he's back there. He's back here with Colin. And I can hear Tim say to him, let me introduce you to my friend in the podcast studio. So I'm just standing there. I wasn't looking. I was looking at my phone, but I hear it. And I'm like, so I'm pretending to do something. And I'm like, holy shit.
Like pretending you didn't hear that.
Right, like so I can be all cool, you know. So I'm like, oh, hi, Colin, how you doing? So we get to talk a little bit. We're talking for a few minutes, and now Colin Quinn had this thing that he put together himself, like a little series, and he was putting on YouTube. It was called Cop Show, and it was basically just a parody of every cop show,
Right.
Where they catch the bad guy, they make him talk, he eventually confesses to everything,
Right.
you know. And it was very funny and well done. And there's a fight scene where him and his cousin, he brings his cousin on the show, and they have this hilarious fight scene. So we're talking, and it didn't take off, this show. So I turned to him, I go, I really loved that show you did. I said, I was disappointed it didn't take off. I thought it was going to go somewhere. I said, I really thought Cop Rock was going to really be something. And there was it was only like a split second of silence, but in my head it was an eternity. Cop Rock
Was completely different.
You remember
I was just
Cop
gonna
Rock?
say, I do. When they would break out into song. It
Yes.
was like, yeah, I do remember.
I
was gonna
never-
say, that wasn't what you were describing.
Not
Okay.
at all. It was called Cop Show. I said Cop Rock. I never watched a second of that show. I don't know why it was
just
even
stuck
in my
your
head.
Yeah.
But I said it, and sure enough, so that split second felt like an eternity. And in my head, I'm thinking, you just fucking said Cop Rock, you moron, you moron. Sure enough, he goes, I think Cop Rock was a different show. I'm like, I said, I know. I said, I totally screwed up. I meant Cop Show. I'm really sorry. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We talked for maybe another 30 seconds, but you can just see it all over him. He wanted to get out of this so bad. So eventually they take off. And so I've been beating myself up ever since.
Well,
to
maybe
Colin
you'll get
Quinn.
another chance.
Well, somebody did say that to me. Well, now he'll remember you. I'm like, yeah, great. Just what I want. Remembered for, getting his show confused with a bad musical. So
Cop Rock was terrible.
Oh.
That was terrible.
Well,
I just have a vision in my head of the cops in their uniforms with their sticks doing like a little dance number.
Right.
I'm like, this is so ridiculous.
I have gone.
Who thought this was gonna fly?
Right. Who? Right.
And I think that about a lot of things, but so all of these decisions have to go through like stages of
Right.
people. At some point, you would think somebody would say. No.
Some big name had his
Somebody
name
important
attached
is
to it.
going to say
Yep.
no, right?
I did look it up since then, and I've seen some scenes.
Oh.
The only interesting thing that I found about it was Sheryl Crow was like an extra on that show. So you see her in plenty of, and you see her in some scenes. And I'm a Sheryl Crow maniac, so I'm all right with that. All right. It is time for Tuesday trivia. Naked Gun was a great movie, says Fremder. That's why 80s. That's why 80s Bush was also known as the Nordberg. The Notebook was a great movie, but I can never remember the ending. I don't know why I bothered to even read that. Like, why did I take the time to do that? We have 10 minutes left in the show.
Because you know why? They take the time to type it.
There you go.
You're being, right.
I love your positivity, Diane.
But it's the truth.
You're absolutely right.
They're watching. We're grateful that they're watching.
We are.
They're looking for a little
Yep. You're absolutely right.
engagement. You're going to give it to them.
Now it's time for a lot of engagement. Please give us your answers to Tuesday Trivia. Let's just get right into this because we are running out of time. All right. Couple of questions that I think might be in your wheelhouse.
Okay.
The World Series of Poker began in what year? 1960, 1970, 1980?
Holy cow. I don't know. I'm going to say 1980, but I don't think I'm right.
The most popular stud variant today, 7-card stud, deals 2 extra cards to each player, from which they must do what? So you got 3 face down, 4 face up, 7-card stud. Get 2 extra cards each player. What?
They have to either keep them or discard them, right?
Yeah, but what's the objective? That's what I'm looking for. What are they trying to do? What's the end result they're hoping for?
I don't know why I think this question is hard. I don't understand. I don't think I really understand the question.
So all right. So you're playing 7-card stud.
They're making the best 5-card hand, right?
Oh, okay. That's
right.
All right. That's the answer.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I guess that was so simple that okay. That's why they'd have to discard so they have to either switch them out for 2 that are yeah. Okay.
Right.
Best 5-card hand.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The most common characteristic of a rare steak. Basically, what is the characteristics of a rare steak?
Pink,
Describe
red color, red interior.
Okay, what else?
Characteristics of a rare steak. Seared on the outside, red on the inside. I don't know.
Okay,
there you go.
Good enough. Okay. Question number 4. The Gong Show was created and originally produced by who? What did you say?
I said Chuck Barris, but I don't know.
He was the host.
Okay, I don't know who.
You don't know who created and originally produced the show?
I'm gonna guess. No, I'll have to come back to that.
All right, you think about that.
Okay.
Next question. Why did the Scarecrow win a Nobel Prize? Why did I just look over and you're laughing already.
I feel like it's a trap.
It's a dad joke, basically. It's a dad joke. Why did the Scarecrow win a Nobel Prize?
I do not know the answer to that.
That's fine.
I don't know.
Question number 6. Cal Burnett won her first Emmy Award for her work on what show? That's a hard one.
Is it Laughing? I mean, I always think it's the Carol Burnett show, but if she did something before that, I don't know.
All right. Well, it's a good answer.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, a little American history. What did President Andrew Johnson want placed under his head upon his burial? Other than a pillow, I'm assuming.
That was going to be my answer.
Give me credit for that. What kind of questions should I bring in that you would know?
No, I like these questions.
Oh, all
these
right.
are fine.
What are your
like
favorite
general
topics?
knowledge. I like television. I like music. I like, I like general.
I was working on a guy to come in here today to play, to host a little Name That Tune where you and I were going to play against each other. I couldn't make it happen, but I was trying. All right, so you have a guess for Andrew Johnson? What did he want placed under his head upon his burial?
Money.
Money, okay. Question number 8. This one I hope you get. What does the name Diane mean?
Goddess?
But works for
I
me.
think that's what it means. It could be. It's Greek. I know it's a Greek name. It's a Greek word. I think it's goddess. But
Yeah, I would describe you as a goddess. Next question. All right. This is a noun. Callipygian. Callipygian. Callipy. Callipy? Gian.
okay.
Callipygian? Callipygian?
Okay.
What does it mean?
My daughter would know this because she can get 6 languages and she's a Latin teacher, and so I'm sure she knows.
6
I wish I
languages?
could phone a friend.
And then your other daughter, what is it? Oh no, you only have the one.
No, I have 2 daughters.
Right, the other daughter's a doctor or something.
No, so that's the PhD. She's
Oh, okay.
a PhD in literature and languages.
Speaks
and
6
classics.
languages?
So Greek, Italian, Latin, Spanish, English, and German.
Wow.
Yeah. She can translate text in all those languages. She's pretty
goodness.
super smarty.
Yeah, you got a
pants.
smart daughter right there.
I have no idea what that means.
All right.
I don't know. And
It's
my
a-
other daughter's an acrobat, an aerialist, contortionist.
Like a professional
Cirque du
one?
Soleil kind of
Really?
thingy. Yeah.
How cool is that?
Super cool.
And where does she do that? Like in a circus? or
She
something?
does. No, I mean, right now she's doing some teaching, but she does performances in different places. She gets hired to do performances.
No, when you said she's teaching that?
She teaches classes. She teaches contortion, flexibility. She teaches pole, silks, all kinds of aerial things.
Where is a school for that? Where would that be?
The one she spends most of her time at is in Mineola.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
Yes.
I don't know anything about that stuff, but it's cool.
Well,
and I had
cool.
no idea it was right here.
Yeah,
in
I'll
New
show
York.
you some video sometime.
Would love to see
Yeah.
that. Have you ever tried any of that
She's
stuff?
so impressive.
I bet.
No, I was a gymnast in high school, but not now.
Wow.
She's
That's
amazing.
interesting.
She's tall. My kids are all really tall, so she's almost 5'10". She's 5'9". I'm 5'3" on a good day. So she's just got this long, legs that go on forever, and she's spinning up in the air. She's amazing.
Now, if she wasn't teaching it, would there be a lot of work? Like, is there a lot of work
There's
for that?
some work. I think she would like to eventually get a gig at Cirque du Soleil, something like that. That would be the end game, I would
Sure,
imagine. So,
yeah.
but it's hard. You have to kind of break into that.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah.
She
That's the
has
best of the
taken
best.
me to a couple of cool shows. So in the city, in Brooklyn and Bushwick, there are these theaters. They have these shows, and
Right.
she's very active. She's got friends who work regularly at these shows, and if she can get into one of those companies where she's doing that, she would love that as well. But
Yeah.
it's a very local theater, kind of Brooklyn, New York City thing.
And I would think, like the Rockettes, it's like the best of the best, man. You
Yeah.
got to be top of your game.
So-
Wow, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. I was on 9. Okay, and and I will. So I think I said it's a noun, but it could be used. It could be used to describe you, if that's a good hint.
With that Callipy
Yeah,
gene.
Callipygian.
No.
All right. So, all right. Now, the last question. It's a little involved, so bear with me.
Your last question does tend to be.
Yeah, last week it was
very
too.
wordy.
It's usually
Okay.
not that bad, but the last 2 weeks have because the 10th question is always a sex question. I've been doing this for 6 years. I'm at the point like sometimes it's hard to find a good because I've asked so many.
Right, I gotcha.
Like I've asked the usual how fast does sperm travel? Like I've asked a bunch of those already. All right, so female chickens or hens tend to be smaller than roosters and often can't resist less than desirable males who are insistent on mating. Okay? So after the fact, enraged or disappointed females do what about it? So after they've had sex with an undesirable male, what do they do about it?
I don't know. Does she kill him? Peck him to death? I don't know.
Peck him to death.
Like, it's no different than humans. We just peck.
Is that what you do after bad
Not
sex?
like-
You peck?
no.
Peck him to death. That's a good answer. How did he die?
Trying not to overthink these things. Just say the first thing that comes to mind, because that's
Sure.
just the best.
That is
and
the best.
And if not, it's funny, usually.
All right, let's see. Let's go back to where the answers start. The first Creed was awesome. What does that mean?
That's those are the follow-up movies to Rocky.
Oh, right. Yes. Creed, that first one was good.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Liam Neeson's a bad parent. Okay. Rocky 5 was shit, says Brendan. The one time they have a real boxer, so they fight in the street. Yeah. I still think 4 was worse. Women love a good boxer. Naked Gun was a great movie. Oh, I read that one. The Notebook, yeah, okay. All right, here we go. So the first question, the World Series of Poker began in what year? 1960, 1970, 1980. You said...
80.
What'd you say?
I thought it was 1981. I thought it's what I said.
Are you sure?
That's what I said.
Really?
I don't think I'm right, but that's what I said.
I know, that's why I keep asking if you're sure, because I'm trying to help you change your answer.
71? No, I don't want to change my answer. I can be wrong. I'm good with being wrong.
All right. Yeah, she's good. She's confident.
I am.
She's grounded.
I'm confident that was the wrong answer. I knew it when I gave it. I just guessed.
Frank C. got it, 1970.
Okay.
That is correct, 1970. Okay. I do take a lot of time typing out the comments that can never be read right. Yes, I know. Were you the only one that answered that question there, Frank?
Not a lot of poker players.
I used to date a hot chick that liked to play Texas Hold It. Oh, my goodness. What kind of question is that, says John? What's wrong with that question? Oh, you're talking about the... I don't know what question he's even talking about. All right, next question. The most popular stud variant today, 7-card stud, deals 2 extra cards to each player, 3 face down, 4 face up, from which they must do what? What is the objective? Diane said?
Make the best 5-card hand.
John Rusciello said, make the best out of 5. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Okay.
Diane is 1 for 2. Very good. Okay. Next question. The most common characteristics of a rare steak. She said. Diane said red center, which is exactly one of the answers I was looking for. I have 3 characteristics written here. Brown on outside, red and inside, says Frank Carfola. Fremder. Red on the pink on the inside. Yeah, like a nice pussy. Got it. Oh, yeah. A soft, cold, red center. That's... I don't know about the cold part, but...
I was going to say the temperature is cold, but I don't... Yeah, I need to go like medium.
Yeah, me too. But that is common for rare. Okay. Yeah. The Gong Show was created and originally produced by who? Diane said she needed to think about it. She still has time. She pointed out it was hosted by Chuck Barris.
Yeah, I don't know who produced it.
But you did point out that it was hosted by Chuck Barris.
I did.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Did.
Did he also produce it and create it?
She got it.
Oh, so that was my answer. Why didn't you accept that as my answer?
What? I just did.
Okay.
Frank got it.
You tortured me.
I tortured you. Stop.
Okay. That was the answer. That's the right answer.
Right.
Okay. Let's move on.
Okay. I might get beat up. Where are we? Why did the Scarecrow win a Nobel Prize? Oh, John Rusciello, Frank C. got Chuck Barris, by the way. Fremder got it. Fremder got this question correct. Why did the Scarecrow win a Nobel Prize? Yes, I know it's dumb, Fremder, but he won a Nobel Prize because he was outstanding in his field.
That's good. Okay, that's cute. And it's clean.
It was clean.
Which I guess in my head I wasn't going for.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, it's not. Carol Burnett won her first Emmy Award for her work on what show? You said Laugh-In. Look at that. All right, so Frank C. says... Oh, Frank C. got it right. John Rusciello got it right. It was the Gary Moore Show.
Oh, okay. I would not have gotten that.
I wouldn't have gotten that either.
Although I do think I've heard of it, but I wouldn't have known it.
Nah, me neither. President Andrew Johnson wanted what placed under his head upon his burial, and I don't know if I'm assuming they did. I don't know if they did or not. Just it doesn't say. It just says what he wanted. You said money. Frank C. said the American flag. Fremda
That's
says...
a good answer.
Yeah, that is a good answer. Fremda says too nice... Oh. All right. No, that's, I think, the next question. All right. No, actually, he wanted the U.S. Constitution under his head.
All right.
Yeah. Next question. What does the name Diane mean? You said it's Greek for goddess. Andrew Fremder says... should I read?
Go ahead. You have to say it.
Too nice tits.
Thank you.
Frank C. says divine. And he says nice ass. You guys are going to chase her out of here and I'll kill you. Oh, wait a minute now. Frank C., I think that's for the next question. My apologies. All right. The answers are coming in all over the place. I speak German and Hebrew. I guess that's why I hate myself, says Fremder. Go figure. The last sex question is about a bunch of cocks. Okay. Okay. All right. So nobody else answered the Diane question. But Frank C. says divine. So Diane is a feminine name of Latin origin, derived from the word divinus, meaning divine.
Oh, wow. I'll take it.
This elegant name first became popular in the mid-20th century. Now, Diane is also a French version of the word Diana and an Old English surname that evolved from Dinu, meaning valley. In Roman mythology, Diana was the goddess of the moon and the countryside.
Oh, wow.
With so many points of inspiration for naming a baby, Diane is a worthy choice to reflect divinity and nature's beauty.
I love it.
Right. I knew you would love that last sentence. That's why I went with this one. Yep. All right. Now the next question. Calipagian. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. What is the meaning? Frank says nice ass. That's what it means. It's a noun meaning having shapely buttocks or being characterized by well-shaped buttocks.
Wow. Would never have gone there.
Me neither.
No idea.
Callipy. I thought it had something to do with calligraphy or something.
Right?
But I was close.
Didn't get buttocks out of that at all.
Me neither.
No.
All right. So the last question. Female chickens or hens tend to be smaller than roosters and often can't resist less than desirable males who are insistent on mating. So after they do it, the enraged or disappointed females can do what about it? You can peck them to death. Frank C. Okay, I had to look up the hen question, and holy shit. She talks to her other friends about it, says Fremder. Two nice tits was the previous question, but now that you brought it up, yeah, she does have nice tits. Okay.
Again, thank you.
I noticed a lot of people avoided answering that question. They just said, yeah, she can talk to her friends about it. So actually, what the female hens or chickens do, they can eject up to 80% of the offending male's sperm.
No, really?
Yeah. Allowing for the possibility that they might be then impregnated by rooster higher up in the pecking order. Right? So they can actually get rid of it. So
expulsion.
Don't stand in her way after she's had sex.
Cow. Okay.
If she looks mad after having sex, don't stand in her way. For many reasons, apparently.
Look at that.
Well done, Diane.
Wow.
Well done. I was impressed.
I feel like I learned so much.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
who knew?
you know, like how to stay out of this stupid studio. But no, you did well. You did well, and you guys did well.
Woo.
Super job. As always, anybody want to go see a club? Anybody want to go see a show at Governor's Comedy Club this weekend? For being so fun and playing along, I can get you into most shows. This explains why I only have 2 kids, I guess, says Frank. Yeah, I'm surprised I have 2. Yeah, so if anybody wants to go see a show on a Governor's stage this weekend, let me know. I'll get you in because you were nice enough to play. I can get you into most shows this week. What do we got this week? Tomorrow night here at Governor's in Levittown, Eden Scher. She's an actress. She was on some show. Eden Scher. She'll be here tomorrow night. The Zarna Garg Family Podcast is doing a live taping Thursday night here at Governor's. Eric D'Alessandro will be here Friday and Saturday. He's fantastic. This coming Monday, Modi is on. Comedian by the name of Modi will be at Governor's. But also this weekend, you can see on a governor's stage John Butera, Mike Keegan, Carla Okeson, Nick Callis, Rob Falcone, Billy Geyer, and Fat Jay. Your pal, Fat Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he told me to say hello, by the way.
Hello, Fat Jay.
And nothing but wonderful things to say about you.
Aw, still.
Yeah, Jay is great. Go to govs.com, check out their full schedule, see what they got going on. And let's see. And also, don't forget, Knockem Dead Comedy. We have some great shows. September 27th, we have a murder mystery at the Brokerage in Belmore. We have our Triple X Trivia Game Show night right here in the Giga Room on September 28th. And December 21st, we're doing a murder mystery at McGuire's in Bohemia. In the meantime, don't forget Mike Keegan and Friends, June 21st. Hugh Van Well, Carla Okeson, Sheba Mason, some other great comedians will be on that one. July 19th, Gov's Comedy Club Podcast presents Class of the Island, Staten Island and Long Island, hosted by Mike Pachetti. Greg and Rob are on that bill. Tony Landolfi is featuring, and Irene Bremis is headlining. That's going to be a great show. Gov's Comedy Club Podcast also presents on October 5th the Down and Outs, Claudia Sherman and Gretchen Kammer. They're a lot of fun. You guys saw them on this show about a month ago. They're great. And they have Nancy Porter is opening up for them. That's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, and I forgot to mention for the game show, Ivory Fields will be on that show. August 8th, our very own Mark David Hirschman is doing a stand-up for epilepsy show. That's on a Thursday night. So come enjoy a fun show for a great cause. Mark's throwing me up for 5 minutes as well, so that'll be fun. I haven't been up in a while, so that'll be fun. Yeah. So so go to govs.com, make some reservations to some great shows, and go to knockemdeadcomedy.com to see what we got going on, our full schedule, and information on how you can hire us for your event. Don't forget, Nikki Glazer, her second HBO special, Someday You'll Die, currently streaming on Max. Go check that out. Did you hang up your poster?
No, not yet. I will.
And what about you? Now, are you singing this weekend? I think you are.
No,
right?
the 28th.
All
I'll
right.
be at Prohibition.
Prohibition in Massapequa.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
I'll remind you next week.
Yes,
'cause
please
then
do.
It's close. People forget this far out.
Yes, they do. With Dave?
Huh?
Was that with Dave?
Yes.
I'm pointing over there like he's there.
Yeah, like with Dave.
All right, well, make your plans. June 28th. And I think that's it. It is Tuesday. Hershey and the Keegs tonight at 9 o'clock. Chris Monty is, I just heard this morning, Chris Monty is going to come in and join them. Coffee with the Dog tomorrow morning at 9. Me and Mike Kaplan will be back here at 11 a.m. And I think that does it for Wednesday. But don't forget, Circling the Drain is on Thursday. Donversations on Friday. Lots of great stuff going on here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. John Rusiello says, see you next week, Miss Diane.
I'll be here.
Frank says, have you talked about Finley's? I don't know what you're talking about. What's Finley's? My apologies if I'm supposed to know what that means. Two nice tits under the president's head is what I was talking about. Oh, but it's clear where your head is at, and it's definitely not in your pants. Yeah, it actually is. John, you're not going to... Frank, rather. You're not going to tell us what Finley's is all about? Because he said...
He'll tell you, and then you'll have to talk about it.
Yeah, but then he wrote, okay,
tomorrow.
see you guys. So he's gone.
Okay, he left.
Yeah, all right.
He'll get
We'll
you.
all have to guess.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you as always.
Thank you. Have
Always
a
lot
great
of
time.
fun. Good. We'll see you next week. And you guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you tonight with Hershey and the Key.